back to another episode on Putt Saves the Zoo. Alright, so in today's episode, we are going to take a look at the list and see what animals we can get at the moment. Alright, so right here, Zanzibar, Messiah is not where we're at, Kenya is not where we're at. Zanzibar, however, is where we're at. So Zanzibar is first. He's pretty easy. So I'm going to go from the easiest to the hardest. So just so you know. So I'm going to go this way. And as you know, just from the distance, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to use my little cursor here. Right where my arrow is pointing is where he's at. So we're going to go over here and see what's going on. So, Zanzibar is a hippo. And it is a little light. Lit up a little bit up in here, which is fine. And I'm still drinking my coffee. Alright. So, so the only way you can get him to safety, this is the goal right here where these three penguins are. Now, as you can see, there are 4 pieces of puzzles. Now, if you do this wrong, I'll show you a good example here. So like this right here, you'll see what happens here if you do it wrong. So you have to do it right. So I'm going to do this one so you can see what happens. So it basically gets placed there and then it's like, nope, it don't fit there. So you got to do it right from the start to end. So now, if you look carefully at each and every piece, you can see that each piece has its own unique shape. So this is the starting point right here. Okay. Now, this right here is a V-shaped pattern. Okay. Now, this is a upside down V shape. We want one that matches the V shape here. So that one will be this right here. Now it's an upside down V shape. So we're going to go to this one next. Now, if you look carefully, it now has a curved shape. So that definitely does not match that, right? Well, let's take this one here and put it there. Oh my goodness. It's allergy season. I'm telling you. It's killing me. Alright, so now the last and final piece is this one. More square than anything else. And then there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That takes care of Zanzibar. That had to be the one most dizzy sensation. Ow. Alright, So there's three more. We're gonna do one more. That was pretty quick, don't you think? Since we were right there, may as well do it. All right. Now, I know this sounds interesting, but it's really sad to say. But since when do cars go sliding on a ice um, slide, an icy slide? Since when do cars be able to do that? Well, you can actually you can literally sit here and watch what's happening here, or you can go up the slide here, and it's very interesting. You can do that on your own time, but you actually can go right up here and then you can just watch the action happen. So I'm not gonna do that. Like I said, I'm not going to do it because that'll be wasting my time. So let's get on out of here because there's really nothing else out here for animal wise. Keep that in mind. All right. So now since we have the rope, what is the rope for? Does anyone know? Does anybody have an idea? No? Okay, well, let's go to Jungle Land and find out why we need the rope. Now, as you may know, we could go through here, but then now this is not just a puzzle. It's just that you just gotta click the little vine, and then woohoo! Does anybody want to try that? I do. But again, I'm not a car, so God forbid. All right, so this little log compartment, which is very unique, why they put it here. It's a toolbox that's inside here, so we're gonna take that, and I will tell you what the toolbox is all about in a minute here, once I have the opportunity to show you what's inside. So we're gonna go ahead and look inside. Now, based on what you see here, there are different shapes. Different shapes. So that's telling you this is the only time where, depending on where we have to use this at, depending on your game, you have to use the correct shape, depending on the location where you have to be. Keep that in mind. And I will tell you that at a certain point, because that is not where we're going right now. We are going to a certain location here. Now, you may think, that this log, this little raft, you can see that it's broken. So I'm gonna hold off on this log here and show you what happens. Hey, it's a raft, and Pep goes onto it, meaning if Pep can't be, if the raft doesn't hold Pep, it's not gonna hold up the car that you're using. So what do? We grab the log and place it on the raft. Now the raft is done. Now we can go on the raft and then go up the river. Now, Zanzibar is at home, so we don't have to worry about him. Alright. I'm gonna let this soak in just for a few seconds. anybody see where Kenya is sitting at? If not, I'll point it out, but if you do, leave in the comments below. You can literally clearly see Kenya right where she's at. It's funny. But where she's at is one thing. It's right here. Hello down there. Hello up there. Are you Kenya the lion cub? I sure am. Can you help me out here? I'm stuck up on the rocks. Can you jump? I'm not into the water. I can't swim. Then we were just gonna have to figure out another way out to help you out. You don't know how happy that will make me. Well, yeah, absolutely. Good grief. Alright, so the best way to actually do that right off the bat is going up this little bridge up here. And then done. Now, as you may know, we could try the first way, which we're going to try the antenna way, which it can't reach. So what do we do? So, as you know, the antenna can't reach down. So we're going to grab this rope and then click on the waterfall, which is really funny because where else can you click? It doesn't really work anywhere else. So you click here, and then the magic happens. Look at that. Kenya is now able to climb on the rope, and Kenya is now safe and sound. Now, we still have the rope, but it's not used for anything else. Keep that in mind. It's only useful for this, which is fine. So there are 2 more animals to find. And now, since there's nothing down here, the arrow disappears, which is fine. Now, you could, if you wanted, you can sit here and click on this, and it points into a certain location, which is interesting. So now, what can I do for the remaining 2 minutes? What can I do? Well, I can actually just sit right here and then talk about a few things before I end it off here. So, as you know, the question of the day is very simple, and you do get a shout out. Your name will be shout out on the bonus episode. Keep that in mind. Be prepared for that. The bonus, the actual question is regarding to a game from last week, on last week Friday. So, the question is again, and I'll remind you again, okay? Fresh reminder. Who has Honko the Clown's nose? Okay? Keep in mind, you do get a shout out if you get the answer correct. You have a few choices here. You can go back to the last week's game, which is Putt Putt Joins the Circus that I did last week, and look through and see where the nose was. And who's the character's name? Who has Honko the Clown's nose? And put that comment below of the answer to the question. Okay? Keep in mind, you do get a shout out. the bonus episode today. Okay? Alright, it's at the 15-minute mark, everyone. So, if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. And until then, I'm your host, Survival Man 1. Signing off. Peace.